His culture of impunity is another reason why he should be out of the cabinet. So it's not just the Ministry of Justice. He wants him out of cabinet, Kabisa.
Yes.
Perhaps the most damaging aspect of Makuei's tenure, is his consistent prioritization of tribal identity over merit and national service. A minister is expected to act as a steward for the whole nation. Yet, Makuei has often behaved as a representative of the Boer community inside the cabinet. This manifests most clearly in his staffing practices. During his first tenure as Justice Minister, he reportedly orchestrated the unlawful recruitment and scholarship awards by bypassing formal procedures in favor of secretly selecting individuals from his own community. The same pattern emerged in the Ministry of Information, where he staffed key positions with individuals from Bor. His recruitment policy was as simple as it was destructive. Present yourself as a Bor native, and the job or scholarship is yours. No interviews, no assessments, no institutional checks. Such ethnic favoritism reportedly extended to procurement, with government contracts allegedly directed to individuals and companies based on ethnic lineage rather than competitive bidding. By turning public office into an exclusive patronage network, Makuei transformed state institutions into tribal enclaves, deepening ethnic grievances and corroding the integrity of government.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So approximately 2 weeks ago, when Salva Kiir was reshuffling his cabinet, Michael Makuei Lueth was moved from the Ministry of Information and Communication to Ministry of Justice. And the person that took over his position that he had held for over 10 years was Ateny Ateny. And then he was moved to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, where he changed somebody that is called Joseph Gang.
Joseph Gang Akech.
Yeah, Joseph Gang Akech.
Doctor.
So he moved over there, and some of the people were not happy with that move, but some people were happy with it, especially Ateny Ateny, when he was giving his first speech, he said that Makuei Lueth will be okay in that ministry where he has been transferred because his background is in law.
Yes, he's actually a Molana
lawyer. He's a lawyer
by profession. Don't quote it, he's a lawyer. He got his law degree in 1970s when none of your people was educated.
Times have changed. This is 2025, a degree of 50 years ago.
It's still relevant, my friend.
Yeah, so it was moved over there, and there was a debate, and the debate was more of like, some people were trying to tie with the current court case that's ongoing, especially with Makuei Lueth being moved to the Ministry of Justice, and there's a court case that is ongoing for Dr. Riek Machar and the 7 co-accused. Some people have, in their view, have already said in the past that it seemed like Michael Makuei Lueth and Riek Machar are not always on the same page. And being moved to a ministry that's going to determine, had a little bit of debate over there, of which we are not going to deal. We're not going to dive into that as for today's video. Just going to look at an opinion that was shared by an individual called Kenyi. He shared with Radio Tamazush, and he was giving his opinions of why he think Makuei Lueth is not the right fit for the Ministry of Justice.
I think he said Michael Makuei Lueth should not serve in the cabinet. Yeah, and actually, he graduated at the University of Khartoum as a lawyer in 1977 and worked as a legal counsel and as a judge up until when he became the Minister for Information and Technology, Communication and Postal Services.
Yeah, so that's what we can say. So this guy called Kenyi by Kenyi said
Kenyi ya Kenyi.
Kenyi ya Kenyi. So the title of his opinion was written Michael Makuei Lueth in cabinet, a dangerous step backward for South Sudan. And he gave 5 reasons for that. And one of the reasons he said his appointment as Minister of Justice is a dangerous choice for South Sudan. And then he said in any nation that aspires to uphold the rule of law, the appointment of a Minister of Justice is a moment of profound national significance. This office is not simply another political position. It is the moral and the legal consign of the state. The holder of this portfolio is entrusted with safeguarding justice, defending the Constitution, ensuring constitutional integrity, and serving the entire citizenry without fear or favor. Such a role demands unimpeachable ethics, professional competence, and a commitment to a national and not personal or tribal interest. Measured against these standards, the reappointment of Michael or appointment of Makuei to the portfolio raises deeply troubling concerns. An examination of his long and controversial career reveals a consistent pattern of conduct that stands in the stark contradiction to the fundamental principle of justice and good governance. Rather than strengthening the rule of law, his record shows repeated behaviors that undermine public trust, weaken the institution, and damage the country's international reputation and entrench political division. These failures can be critically understood through 5 interconnected areas of concern. No, that what I just read is just like, it's not the reason number 1.
Yeah.
It's like an excerpt of
like an introduction as to
what
why
Makuei Lueth
is not fit to lead that docket. Yeah.
In his capacity and what is expected of him in that position.
Yes.
And now we are going to go to reason number 1.
Can I read?
Yes.
The primacy of tribe over nation. That's his reason number 1. Perhaps the most damaging aspect of Makuei's tenure is his consistent prioritization of tribal identity over merit and national service. A minister is expected to act as a steward for the whole nation. Yet, Makuei has often behaved as a representative of the Boer community inside the cabinet. This manifests most clearly in his staffing practices. During his first tenure as Justice Minister, he reportedly orchestrated the unlawful recruitment and scholarship awards by bypassing formal procedures in favor of secretly selecting individuals from his own community. The same pattern emerged in the Ministry of Information, where he staffed key positions with individuals from Boer. His recruitment policy was as simple as it was destructive. Present yourself as a Boer native, and the job or scholarship is yours. No interviews, no assessments, no institutional checks. Such ethnic favoritism reportedly extended to procurement, with government contracts allegedly directed to individuals and companies based on ethnic lineage rather than competitive bidding. by turning public office into an exclusive patronage network. Makuei transformed state institutions into tribal enclaves, deepening ethnic grievances and corroding the integrity of government.
Yes. So as per this guy, Kenyi is saying, Makuei is a tribal guy.
Yeah.
When it comes to recruitment, so long as you have come as Monbor, you get the position. To me, I would say, I've never gone to his office to ascertain these things that are being said by this individual.
Yeah.
And I don't know who are the people that work there. But let us look at it overall. That how are people employed in South Sudan? Look at the president himself.
Yes.
The special envoy for special program is his daughter. His two sons are ambassadors. Himself is the president. His wife is even hiring people and firing people.
Under decrees.
Yes, the other time he issued decrees.
Yeah.
When you come to all other ministers, the other time...
Not even all other ministers. Let's finish with the presidency itself. Under the presidential affairs, all those names, if you read them, most of them are from
Barkazal.
But then if you cut it down, it goes to Gogrial and then Awanchan. Yeah. And that's why you find right now there are some Barkazal that are saying they are being marginalized.
Yes.
And then you as Monbor from the other side of the Nile.
As Bor from the other side, people are saying.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying as Bor or other Equatorians, they'll be like, this is Dinka government.
Yes.
But then if you go down, you say, okay, other Dinkas will say this is Barkazal. And then Barkazal themselves, they are saying, no, we Mitka Will or Twitch Mayadit and all those other sections are saying they are being marginalized. Yeah. But like if you clearly look at some of these positions, they don't give them based on merit.
Yes.
Otherwise, the president will not be appointing his own children as appointments. Like that should be a very big shame. Because these are positions where that's where merits apply more. Because you don't just appoint anyone. There has to be approval from the parliament or cabinet.
Yeah, so now looking at all these individual mentioned, Kenyi, they might be factual, yes. Yeah. But is Makuei Lueth the only person? No. The other day, like when Dinai Chagor was appointing his officers, all of them, like 5 out of 6, were from Nuer.
Yeah.
And maybe like if we go down, we might find that they are from east side of Nuer again.
Yeah.
Like either Law Nuer or Bull Nuer or whatever Nuer or Jikan, it can be that one. Yeah. So now coming to Makuei Lueth and saying, no, he should not be in the cabinet because it's tribal or employed people from his clan, to me, I would say that's not a good argument as for me.
It's because, like selective justice.
Yes, because everybody else is practicing the same problem of going with relatives.
Yeah.
So you can just say it's an argument. He has to put a point forward, but we can't really take him out because of this reason. Yeah. If we are going to take people out because of employing people that are related to them, then the entire cabinet is going to be empty.
Yes.
Because there's no single individual that you can say has not been appointing the people of his community or even his own children.
Yeah, and this is, like I always say, the rot starts from the head. When a fish starts to rot, it starts from the head and then goes to the entire body. And if you look clearly at the South Sudan cabinet or those politicians, the top big fish, most of them, everyone kind of wants to put their families or relatives, friends at a good position, right? So that's why you find whenever people get appointed, they end up firing some junior staff to create room for their own people because they feel like this is now our chance to benefit. And I've come across several articles whereby some people are saying, actually, Makuei Lueth, within the Ministry of Information, did not employ people only from his side. There are different people working in that office, or there were different people working within that office. So now that that position has been given to Atenywe, let's see how he will progress. Is he going to fire some people and replace them with people from his backyard, or how is it going to be? Then if that's the case, then that's like the entire country that's doing the same thing.
No, as for me, I would say like the guy did not do his research properly when it comes to this idea of tribe over the nation, like employing relatives. Because when Atenywe was giving his speech, among the people that he could see in front of him, that he was mentioning that so and so, I know you, so and so, I know you. Those people that he mentioned are not from Bor, they're not from Jangule.
Yeah.
Some of them, they even had somebody from Nuer community. Lam Tungwa something.
Yeah, that's a Nuer name.
Yes, and other Barkazel and other people there. So it was not like he was seeing this person he mentioned is a Bor name. No, like all the people that he mentioned that were sitting in front of him at the ministry were all from different regions of this country.
And that means those that are sitting in front are like kind of people holding key positions within that ministry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just saying like it could have been clearly known by how Atenywe was addressing them.
Yes.
That if you mention somebody, you know, this one is from this region, this other person is from this state, could have been easily known, but by the fact that it simply counter-argue his point based on what,
I kind of feel like this point of view comes from how Michael Makuei presents himself when in public, like whenever he's addressing things to do with Bor community. And that's like a private life, right? Let's say when he's invited to those activities for the Bor community and stuff, he has to engage because that's part of his culture. So it kind of seems like he's addressing Bor issues more than how he's supposed to be addressing the national issues or looking at the nation and serving the nation as a whole. But those are different capacities.
Yeah, I think it all depends with the nature of the event that was being that was happening. Because if it is a community-based event, then you have to address them as per what is going on. If it is a national event, then you are supposed to address people as a nation. You're not going to talk about more your community. But again, it depends with the exposure, like, or how you have been exposed. So maybe some of the clip, like you mentioned, are clip of him talking to his community, which were community organized events. So you can't judge a person on that. And then South Sudan rarely holds or rally any national function in the country. They rarely happen.
The only thing we do is that July 9th celebration.
They didn't even do it this year.
Or May 16th.
They stopped doing it after they ran out of money. As per them, that they don't have budget for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
So we only get the presidential address.
Yes, and that's enough.
Okay, fellow citizens. The second reason, secondly, Makuei is an internationally sanctioned figure, thus a liability to the nation. In today's interconnected world, a Minister of Justice must possess unquestionable credibility on the international stage. Makuei's standing has been severely compromised by targeted sanctions from major global powers such as the United States and the United Kingdom. These sanctions were imposed for undermining peace efforts and obstructing the implementation of critical agreements. As a result, Makuei is effectively a diplomatic liability. A sanctioned official cannot credibly represent South Sudan before global bodies such as the UN Human Rights Council or the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. His public dismissal of international human rights reports as rubbish only deepens concerns about his disdain for global legal norms. This is not merely a personal embarrassment, it's a national handicap. A justice minister who cannot engage effectively with international partners leaves the entire country isolated at a time when global cooperation is crucial for reform, investment, and stability.
Yes. So for this point, I agree with Kenyi Yeah, Kenyi
Yeah.
is right. And some of questions that Makuei Lueth sometimes ask, even we wonder, you are a midst of information. Even like when you want to say something in your heart, you don't say it publicly.
Yeah.
There's a standard ways, or there's a way that you communicate as a means of information.
Or as a public servant.
You play some PR.
Yeah.
As much as that's not what you really mean, you say what people want to hear.
True.
Because like in some of press briefing that he has attended, people will be saying, oh, the international community is saying this and this. And then he will be asking, who are those international community?
Yeah, and I feel like there's one journalist from Australia, I've forgotten his name, and he was killed during the 2013-2016 war. And he was killed in action, like he was not in action, but covering the news, right? And then when they were questioning about his case and stuff, his case has never been resolved up to date. Michael Makuei said that he asked, what was he doing in a
rebel control area?
Yes, like where the IOs were. That's not how you say things as the Minister for Information. And this is someone's relative that has just died at his line of duty. The best you could say is to offer your congratulations and say the government is working hard to try and resolve that issue, to make sure that his killers are brought to book. Yeah, simple like that, even if that's not what you mean. But asking people what was he doing in that place, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. It doesn't really sit well with a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah, so how Makuei Lueth address the media and how we respond, or like how we defend the government position is not the best way to do it. The other ways of doing it, like when you are addressing the nation or putting something out there for the public, you don't do it as if you are arguing with people or you are trying to prove people wrong. You try to portray a government as a government that's working, they're doing something here and there, and then you just
control your emotions technically.
Yeah, you don't come as if you're coming to argue with somebody, say what you really want to say.
Yeah.
You are talking as a government official, and what you are stating is the position of the government. You don't express yourself the way you want.
Yeah, and it was actually not just the Minister for Information and Communication Technology, but the government spokesperson. So whatever he said is what the government is saying. Yeah, which was not really good.
Yeah. And then again, with people being sanctioned, it's not the only person sanctioned.
Bolmel was sanctioned.
And it was the vice president.
Yeah.
So the way that it addressed media and the public is bad. But when it comes to sanction, no, it's not the only one. There are so many people
Kwal Manang is also sanctioned.
Yes. So many Tabandenga.
Yeah.
So many people have been sanctioned in that government, and they're holding higher positions. So
it's funny how
should they all be kicked out? Yeah, kick them out.
Yeah.
Oh no, they do it selectively. That's why Machar is also
sanction the president.
That's why Machar is also not sanctioned.
Okay.
Because these people, the people that sanction people, they also have their interest. They also want like people that will be able like to
interact with them,
and maybe do some agreement here and there. So if you sanction everybody, then it means your interest will not be advanced anymore. And that's why even the RSF leader and the SAF leader
have not been sanctioned.
The two of them have not been sanctioned, but people below them are being sanctioned. So sometimes it's a selective justice.
Kawajat are wise people.
They know what they are doing.
They make sure their agenda passes. Yes. Whatever they want, they must get it. Okay. Should we go to the third one?
Yes.
Thirdly, Makuei is a reckless and inflammatory rhetoric peddler, thus a threat to public order. A justice minister should be a voice of moderation and constitutional reason. Yet, Makuei's public pronouncements have often been inflammatory, confrontational, and harmful to national cohesion. His public questioning of the legitimacy of the National Legislative Assembly, despite it being the body that reviews and passes government bills, undermines parliamentary authority and weakens interbranch cooperation. Worse still, his declaration that the government does not use tear gas but only live bullets. Live bullets is in quotes against peaceful protesters reveals a shocking disregard for the right to life and the freedom of expression. His celebratory remarks about the death of journalist Christopher Allen, this is the guy I was talking about, whom he called a white rebel, further demonstrate a troubling hostility towards the press and civil society. Such rhetoric erodes confidence in state institutions and signals a disposition that is incompatible with democratic governance.
Yes, we agree with this guy on this point. And we, in the previous point, I think we have mentioned some of the things that the way that he addressed media
Yes.
or the public, it doesn't choose the right words.
Yeah.
He just speak the way that he want, like speaking to his family members that he feeds.
Not family members, the children.
Yes. Just talk to them as if these are people under his compound and they're all depending on him.
Yeah.
He can address them anyhow. And that's how we take the government.
Yeah.
But can you blame him? I don't blame him.
Why?
This guy is not exposed. He graduated in 1970 what?
77.
He was in Khartoum regime.
Yeah.
That regime was for oppressing people. And then he went into the SPLM. SPLM was more of orders and Taliban and trash talking. There was no that idea of like, oh, you address people as human and say, no, it was all that. And then after that has not gone out to further his education or to interact with the outside world since it has been sanctioned or since 2005. If he had traveled and maybe watched some good news, of which he has TV, that's how he should expose himself by
and
now.
Internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to how government respond, how people address the public, and then learn from them. But if somebody is not willing to learn anymore, he already have the position, and he's also aging, he doesn't care any much, then he just say whatever that he want to say.
Yeah. Actually, I agree with you on this point. But again, this was in his capacity as the government spokesperson and minister for information. So his position there was mostly to do the talking. But now, under the Ministry of Justice, he's going to act more. It's not like he's going to be the one listening to cases and judging them, but he'll be giving orders here and there
and making some policies.
And all that. Yes. Yeah. And I actually came across an article that was written by someone who's a big fan of him, which is kind of 50-50. And they said that actually he's one of those who came to implement some policies. Like he actually jotted down or wrote some policies for the office that he was holding at the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology. And they were passed. So that means he's someone who's kind of goal-oriented. So I guess we can give him some time to see how he's going to operate in the Ministry of Justice. Is he still going to be that confrontational Makuei Lueth we know from Ministry of Information? Or is he going to change and lean more towards justice and serving the country?
Well, people will not know anymore, right? Because they will not be in presence of media anymore. And then like people from that department come out and start speaking, of which they will not do because they will fear losing their job.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's gone to that ministry, Makuei Lueth's public appearance and public utterances are going to cease from there. They're not going to be that frequent.
And that's why I'm kind of a bit lenient on him on this position, right?
Yeah.
Because you remember again, when he took over that ministry, we've seen so many cases, including high-profile cases, being opened. And some cases that had been in court for so long, stalled, he kind of reactivated them. And if the case is not going anywhere, he'll throw it out and release the person.
Yes.
Because there's no evidence and there's no point of holding these people hostage when they can go and do or go about their lives.
Yeah.
So that's person that was not in the public, not often speaking, but he was working. So if Michael Makuei is going to carry on with the same spirit, then we will still see the fruits of his labor.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned John Gengakech, Joseph Gengakech. Sometimes I just look at Salva Kiir and say the way that they rule this country, I don't know if we actually think through it. Because people that are working regardless of how they came to position, you don't remove them because the person that brought them had some small fight with you.
Yeah.
Personally, like you mentioned, I believe this guy was working. Joseph Gengakech was working than Mamer Rook, the one that he replaced, was working more than him.
And also there's somebody who was called Madul something.
Yes.
Very old guy.
But people judge him like in a wrong way. I don't know like why people don't understand. And one of the cases in which, there are actually two cases, but I'm going to talk of the ongoing case of Riek Machar. People say that is the one that came and
initiated it.
And pursued the case of Riek Machar. But again, look at it this way. When the other guy, Mamel, was the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Machar was arrested under his tenure. Machar was they co-accused, all the accused people were in detention for over 6 to 7 months with nothing being said about their case. So now the person that is opening the case and let's resolve this and see if there was any problem or no problem, then the person that just let you be kept in darkness, who is better?
It's better to open the case and work with it and see if there's evidence, take you to jail, sentence you once and for all.
If there's no evidence,
there's none, then throw the case out and you are discharged.
And which is good because you remember the Riek Machar soldiers, bodyguards. Some of them are now free.
Over 72 actually.
Yes, some of them are now free. Before that, they were in detention.
And but not people, even under house arrest. They were in Blue House itself.
A lot of issues going on there. But people didn't see that the former minister was just doing nothing and these people are rotting in jail. No case being handled. But they want to praise that guy more compared to Joseph Gengakech because he came and said, let's continue with the case. People that have nothing to answer, let them go home. And people that had no case have gone home.
Also, there's another person that Kiir has relieved, Simon Akwede, from the South Sudan Revenue Authority. At least he was doing something. He would come to the media and disclose like how much they have collected in the first quarter of the month or in the first half of the month. And then he would compare the statistics and the values from what they collected last month and stuff. From that, the public got to know. So these people are collecting this much money in taxes.
It created transparency because we're able to know now how much they collect. But before, nobody knew that.
And then he got replaced with someone that I'm still very doubtful. And then the next thing you'll hear Kiir saying, I'm not the problem. The problem is I don't work with people. The people I'm working with don't want to work.
No, you go look for people that cannot work.
It's like he doesn't want anyone to outshine him. Because if someone is working nicely, then the public will recognize.
But a failing nation is a failure on his side. So if he surround himself with people that don't know what they're doing, then he's just going to
be a lot of failures. You are a failure.
Yes.
Is that a Twali's voice?
Go to reason 4. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky. We blame Kiir. Okay, number 4. The fourth reason is that Makuei is an outdated and misguided legal paradigm believer. The Justice Minister is responsible for overseeing legal policy and the administration of justice, not passing judgments or assuming judicial powers. Yet, Makuei's recent declaration that he intends to empty the prisons betrays a fundamental misunderstanding of the separation of powers. The vast majority of prisoners have been convicted through legal processes, A minister has no authority to arbitrarily overturn judicial decisions. Equally concerning are his public statements on international legal disputes, which suggest a lack of understanding of the binding nature of international treaties, arbitration clauses, and contractual obligations. When a state signs agreements, it voluntarily accepts certain jurisdictions. Dismissing these obligations as foreign interference exposes South Sudan to costly litigation and reputational damage. A justice minister who does not grasp fundamental legal principles places the nation at risk, both domestically and internationally.
Yeah, so as for this point, I'll say I'm still 50-50 because this guy has not actually started the job.
Working, yeah.
Some of the things that he was saying as means of information.
No, that thing of emptying the prisons.
No, this is like when he was getting in.
inauguration.
But these are the things that this guy was saying.
Okay.
Like
dismissing obligations of
his public
foreigners.
statement on international legal dispute and that kind of thing. I don't know which dispute did he talk about.
Yeah.
So you see, those ones, maybe he said them when it was a minister of information.
Yeah.
And it was a government spokesperson. So there's a way that he was speaking.
Yeah.
But now, being a minister of
justice
now does not say a lot apart from his work is
Emptying
trying to empty the prisons.
Yeah. And I feel like, okay, continue.
Yeah, because I was going to look at the word emptying the prison, the way that this guy is trying to put it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
To me, like, I don't think it will literally mean like all the prison will be empty, no one inside the cells.
Yeah.
It's just that like people on minor cases, let them go solve the cases instead of just holding people forever.
Yeah.
And then move forward. And there are some cases that we don't just release people.
Yeah.
And because in South Sudan, this statement is okay because South Sudan, people just arrest each other anyhow. Because a general can just arrest you because
misuse of power.
Misuse of his power. And if no one bigger than him has come to the cell, you will not be released.
Yes.
And you will now remain under his mercy until your community come and beg him to go and now tell the people at the police they'll release him. And for some reason, a person will be released with no case.
Yeah.
So to me, like the idea of emptying, let people go home. Because there were some times or some years back, a society used to exist with no prisons.
Yeah.
Like during the Arab War and the South Sudanese, literally there were no prisons. There were these small cells.
Put people in prison when you are dealing with a bigger fight. You need all of them.
Now during that time, was society completely destroyed because there were no people in prison? Yes, people used to commit this crime, but they would be settled either traditional way or in another way, and then people move on with life.
Yeah.
So, but somebody has stolen a chicken or has stolen a motorcycle. Now he's going to rot in jail. Yes, he has committed something bad, but if his family can come talk to him and they're able to pay that motorcycle, let him go. He's now reformed, like he has learned a lesson.
And actually, there are some crimes where someone doesn't deserve to be in jail for that long. You can serve like a short sentence, and that's why there are levels to how people get sentenced. There are some crimes that carry more serious penalties than others. And it's set like that by design because obviously in a society, you cannot have upright individuals everywhere.
Yes.
So these limitations are put in place so as to make sure that there's reform if someone commits a crime. And from my understanding of emptying the prisons, if I'm not wrong, I think based on what he was saying or how he was saying it, is to release those that have been in prison without cases being pursued.
Yes.
Those people are being done injustice. Because if you have been arrested arbitrarily and there's no one to case with you, or someone was exercising their powers and they ended up being thrown out of the office, Now you remain in prison without being being released, and you are not being taken to court. Then it's a disservice to you and other people.
Yes.
And you are just feeling the system for no reason. Yeah. And also, there are those who are there on minor offenses, things that can easily be resolved. So if that is something that can be done, then he can go ahead with the cases and finish them up quickly, release the people, so that even things like the sanitation in the prisons can improve. Because if a place is overcrowded, then there's a way sanitation can also be a problem. Also, the issue of feeding. You cannot be feeding these people. So I really didn't find any issue with that statement of emptying the prisons.
Yeah, it's going to save the government a lot of money because you have to feed these people.
Yeah, and they are not working.
Yes, I've seen, there was an article the other time, it was about Yambio, where the prison was saying that the supplier that used to bring foodstuff from Juba was not able to supply because it has not been paid by the government. Now the prisoners, when they don't have the fuel to go and look for where to work, they just stay with no food.
Which is not good.
If there's a case to answer the case and release people so that they can go fend for themselves on how to live. Than just to keep them, and then the government is juggling a lot of things.
Cost.
These people never thought that what government really is. Because they didn't know that you will have prisoners that you have to feed. You will have soldiers that you have to feed and pay salaries. During the SPLA era, there was no salaries.
People were just working for exposure on voluntary service.
And they thought that's how they're going to run the country.
Tricky. Then number 5, Makuei's culture of impunity is another reason why he should be out of the cabinet. So it's not just the Ministry of Justice. He wants him out of cabinet, Kabisa.
Yes.
He shields the powerful. Perhaps most corrosive is Makuei's reputation for shielding individuals within his political and tribal networks from legal accountability. When a minister is perceived as capable of influencing prosecutions, ordering releases, or interfering with investigations, the entire criminal justice system collapses into selective enforcement. The allegations of tribalized prosecutions, interference in legal processes, and the selective release of suspects create an environment for impunity. Under such conditions, justice becomes negotiable, and the rule of law is replaced by personal power. A justice ministry captured by political influence can no longer be the guardian of justice. It becomes an instrument of protection for the powerful. Makuei's reappointment as Minister for Justice is a profound test of South Sudan's commitment to justice, reform, and national unity. At a time when South Sudan must rebuild its institutions, restore public trust, and engage constructively with the international community, the Justice Ministry should be at the forefront of reform. Instead, under Makuei's leadership, it risks becoming an arena of division, impunity, and political manipulation. For a country still searching for stability, democracy, and national cohesion, the continued presence of such a polarizing and controversial figure in one of the most sensitive cabinet positions is more than an unfortunate choice. It is a dangerous step backward for South Sudan's future.
Hey. As for me, like this point that he was driving or addressing in this case, I don't think if this one is actually related to Makuei Lueth. Maybe it should have been directed to the ministry itself, but not to pinpoint it on Makuei. Because some of the things that he's saying here, I've not seen them anywhere where people say
protecting the powerful.
Yes, and even ordering the release of people from his community. When did that happen? Do you know of anybody?
I know Makuei Lueth previously served as the Minister of Justice, but I'm not sure if there were instances.
A Minister of Information.
No, previously, like he has ever
in
worked
those
within
days,
the Ministry of Justice. Yeah.
Yes, back around 2005.
But then around that time, I don't think
even this writer was not aware of these things.
Yeah. So I feel like this is kind of a baseless allegation. Yeah. Because if you talk of the current, because I understand where this point is coming from. The Ministry of Justice has a lot of rot in it. And that's why if we had the opportunity to let Gengakech continue, then it would have been better. At least we give him some years to see what he can do within that ministry, because he was kind of going in the right direction.
Yes, even work on the bill of illegal mining of gold. Yeah, this guy.
And send it to the parliament to be debated or tabled it in parliament, which was a good progress. But then, like, because you remember there's a case we worked on where a miner was repeatedly assaulted by
45-year-old. What was the name of this guy?
Can't remember his name. Yeah. And then when the case was taken to reported in police, the guy went ahead to deal with the prosecution team, and they changed the article under which he was supposed to be charged to a lesser sentence, just in case the case succeeds in court. Yeah, this was not the doing of Michael Makuei. This is something that has been practiced. And so whichever Minister for Justice that we're going to have will have to deal with some of those issues. Yeah. Also, the issue of ordering release and all that, some of those powers lie with the presidency. He's the one who does presidential mercy or presidential pardons. And those happen like occasionally when there's a celebration, a national day, all those. Then they have to release some criminals or prisoners who were sentenced for lesser crime or petty crimes. But then I've never seen any Minister for Justice doing some of those.
Yeah, this guy was just trying to drive this point, but there was no support for it. Because like for the last 2 years, I've not seen any outcry from the Jonglei community of somebody arrested unlawfully.
Yeah.
And then that person being released. Like, I've not heard of it anywhere on social media, anywhere. Nothing has happened.
No, there's a marshal who was arrested for intercepting some bullets and stuff.
That guy is not from Jonglei.
He's not from Jonglei. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But I don't think it's Makuei who kind of interfered.
It's from the Barkazal region.
Yeah.
And when Bol Mil was put under house arrest, it was released. And he came to the public. Maybe I did not share with you.
Yeah.
He came to the public and addressed the public. He released a video talking of what exactly happened and how he was detained.
Yeah.
So that one has nothing to do with Michael Makuei Lueth.
Yeah. But what I know is that a lot of people from Jonglei were really championing for him to be released, because these weapons were going to be used against the citizens of Jonglei State. So if someone has intercepted them and it's illegal transportation of weapons and ammunition, then that someone has to be appreciated instead of being humiliated and thrown to jail. Yeah, he did not commit any crime. He was technically doing his job of protecting the country. Yeah.
And that case of that guy is really funny, because the way that people try to put it, they say the way, or John Kor that was saying it the other time, that the way that Salva Kiir is running his government is divide and rule, or let them fight so that they have something to engage them and they don't think of your leadership.
Yeah.
So that's why he will arm this community as much as it doesn't do himself. He will work in the background for the Murle to go fight with Nuer, go fight with Jonglei people.
Dinkas.
So now the Dinkas of Jonglei are more concerned of the Murle activities. The Nuer community are more concerned of the Murle community. And then there in the north, they will do the Dinkangok, with the Nuer and Shilluk, and all over, so that the whole country has something engaging them. And even is in his backyard, he will work for the communities to deal with themselves.
The street Mayadi, there has been like a very big fight between them and I don't know which other tribe.
It's part of ABA. So now the whole country is engaged in a lot of conflict. People are too busy. Nobody is actually thinking of Salva Kiir presidency. And then it just relax in Juba. Because these people, there's nowhere that they go. It's only Juba. This is where I feel like this is where they are ruling. Because the rest of the state, they have just been left to be the way that they want.
Even the governors for those states, most of them live in Juba.
Yes.
And they run the state governments from Juba, which is something unheard of. If you are appointed to work in these states, can you move and go to that state? So that you are at the grassroots, you get to know what's happening on the ground. And it's not like you just hear phone calls, oh, this and this happened, and then that's when you start seeing people flying in to see what's happening and how to address that situation when they have not been there for the entire year.
But you know, the argument has always been is that Salva Kiir like appointing and firing people. So most of the time that the people that are lobbied into those positions are not residents of those states.
Then you don't accept.
No, it's not you don't accept. You don't let yourself be lobbied into it, or Salva Kiir to come up with a policy that if anybody is to be lobbied, has to be living in that state. Because most of people that are lobbied and appoint them are residents of Juba.
No, but
so now when they are so now when they are appointed, that's when now they go to state, but they know that they will be fired soon. So they don't move completely, and then they are fired and they come back. So it should be up to him to know that, okay, like make a new criteria for those people being lobbied. Once person is lobbied, he do his own investigation. Where this guy residing, that has been living in Juba for the last 10 years. This guy is going to rule this state from far. Avoid him at all costs. Look for somebody that is stationed there in that state. And appoint him.
Also, the kind of blame lies on these people. If you know, you've seen Kiir appointing and disappointing your colleagues. So if you feel like you are not ready to move, then don't accept the position. Otherwise, accept and move to your state. Go work on the ground. If your time comes when you are fired, then you pack your things and go back to Juba, where you used to live.
No, move does not work like that.
No,
and people are looking for position, right? You can't just be unemployed for so long. If a position comes and somebody made his own decision without considering a lot of factors, it's none of your business. You just take the position. But again, saying because you have built your house in Juba, now you're going to move your family.
Even you don't have to move your family. You can move there if you want, but you have to be within the state.
Yeah, but if you have to go to, let's say, any other state that you have to go, you have to think of where you're going to stay. You're going to stay in a hotel. And this is why some people go and stay there in hotels, and then they come back to Juba on weekends, or they go to the estates for a short time, but they stay in Juba for long. So it's a big problem. Like, you should come up with the idea of, like, if you are a resident of Juba, there's no need of appointing you as a governor of that state. Because there's no governor that has ever been appointed that actually fix anything in those places.
Yeah.
Maybe only Luis Lobong has always stayed in his state. I've not seen him being a resident of Juba all through.
His mining goes.
He can't leave the goal like that.
He cannot leave the stock. The stock will be eaten.
Yes.
Yeah. And also he's a resident of that place, so he really has no interest in going to Juba. Because in Juba he's going to be like any other small South Sudanese. But in his state,
he's a big man. Big fish. He's the respected guy.
Yes.
And then also, like, most of the states are in the darkness.
Also, Rin Tweny, I think he has been staying in Lake State.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah. And that's how the conflict came down.
He rarely goes to Juba.
No, the most governors that are notorious with staying in Juba.
Jonglei State.
Jonglei State, Unity State, and Upper Nile State.
But they are staying in their own place.
No, Warab State has the same problem.
Really?
Yes. You see those of Magog, they are fired, I don't know, so and so. A lot of bullshit that do happen.
And actually, the other person that has been, I read a very nice article about him today from one of my Facebook friends. It's Gola Boyoy. I always think he's Mary Boyoy's brother, the leader for GPAA,
People
Greater
administrative.
Pibor Administrative Area. Yeah, he's been living on the ground, like at his.
But when he's fired, he come back to
workplace.
Juba.
Yeah,
And
but
then he's reappointed, then he go back
he goes
there.
back. Yeah, and people are really noting like some positive things that he's trying to do, like reducing the cases of abduction of children, cattle raid. They are not as rampant as they used to be. And those are people who live on the ground, so they know what they are saying. And they are not from the Murle side, actual Dinkas. So I'm like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, so the
And
guy.
he's very young, actually.
Yes, it's 40 something we checked the other time. It's 40 something we checked the other time.
Okay.
But again, like this guy, there was one video where I saw him. He was in the local market in the area. Like when leaders go down to that level where you preach peace or you talk of good thing to them in a local gathering, at least they start learning, okay, these are how people should live and say kind of things. And that's how you change the society. Because sometimes when I look at some of the things that happen, like children abduction, like I always wonder, like, how do people live after that? Like when your children are kidnapped, like when they are taken, they are abducted.
It's really sad. One of my mom's stepsister underwent that. 2 of her sons got abducted.
Yeah,
And
because
they were very young. And this girl is actually born 92.
Yeah,
So
I
you
know.
can
Sometimes
imagine.
I think about what the parent goes through, because when you think of your own children, and then all of a sudden you just think of it, somebody has taken them.
Yeah, and you don't know if they are safe or not, and if you'll find them. It's a torture.
Yeah, if you look at it from that perspective, bring it closer to home and say, okay, my children are taken. Somebody is having them. Are they safe? What are they being subjected to? And then if you are not able to get them, then in the future, what are they going to become? And you remember those days, like there were no transport, the world was not open. So nobody will ever go to those places of Murle to go and maybe stay in town, and maybe one day you will recognize your child being brought to town, or nobody will know that you are a Dinka when you go to the villages just to go and do some stroll and walk around. No, I always feel really, really bad. And
they actually change the markings, like there are tribal markings within different communities, right? Back in, I believe, around 2 or 3, when we were still very young, there's one girl that came to Kakuma, and she had been staying with the Murle for so long. She could even play those games that they were taught in the interior. And also she was very good at hiding. And then there were mates that Murle are very good at hiding and all those. And then she ended up getting those marks.
Yeah, but your child is always your child. Doesn't matter like what they do to them.
No, she ended up being found. I don't know how they found her and then brought her back to reunite with her family after more than 10 years. She was a teenager by then, and she was stolen as a very young kid, as a toddler. So you can imagine, she couldn't even communicate in Dinka. They were starting now to train her. So when she would go to the Masura, people would greet her and then try to talk to her, and she won't understand. She'll just smile. Or if it's something simple, she'll respond.
No, sometimes I think about that, and then I really, really, really feel bad. And I try to see the humanity in that, because you try to think of what your child is thinking of the person that has taken them. They will take them through the forest. They go with them. But then your child will know that you are the parents. And you have been taken away from them. What goes on through the mind of that child before they start forgetting you?
No, some kids are taken while very young, so they don't really have like a good picture of who their parent is. But if they are taken at 2 years, 3 years, they kind of have an idea. that this
Yeah.
is mom, this is dad. But then after some time, the good thing with some of these stories whereby children are found later, it's just that they don't kill them. They go and take care of them like their own kids. I feel like they love children. And if so long as they take good care of them, then that's okay. But still it's a torture
It's
on both sides,
it's
both the parents and the
it's more of
children.
like what they go and use them for. One, if you are a boy, you are going to become a raider in the future because you are going to keep cattle, and then you will be trained to be a raider, and then you can be killed in those raiding. If you are a girl, you will be married off at early age before you turn 18.
Yeah.
And there will be no education. As much as they say they go take care, they take care of them,
Like providing
but
food,
what
shelter,
what they
basic
take them
needs.
through is not good, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like when I think about it, I really feel bad.
Yeah, it's tricky. But what I'm saying is that at least if they take care of them and the kids survive, then that's well and good. But then eliminating them is not a good thing. Which is why, like, when you see all these raids, most of them, it's the adults that die and children are left and they'll take them. I feel like because they have use for children, they're going to use them for herding, taking care of the animals, so many other things.
Yeah.
Or there are people who don't have children of their own and would want to have children. And because the society is not advanced, there's nothing like surrogacy, these issues of adoption and stuff, they are not that rampant. So you'd rather steal a child from somebody else and then you come and keep them for your own.
Yeah.
And you even give them like new names.
It's a bad practice because I've
Yeah.
seen it. They have started kidnapping some kid from within Juba.
Oh wow.
Yeah. These
Strange.
outskirt villages of Juba.
Villages or neighborhoods.
Villages.
Juba is a city, my friend.
Yeah, they have started kidnapping. I read a story of like where people were taken the other time.
Okay.
But at least they were reunited with the family. But yeah, some kids have been getting lost. It's not good. Anyway, so that's it for Jimosi podcast. Please let us know of the opinion Kenyi by Kenyi regarding Makuei Lueth and some of the things that he said.
Should Michael Makuei be serving in the cabinet?
Or he should be out as
his
early as
time
yesterday.
retired? Yeah, because his degree is an old one from the 70s. It's no longer relevant.
Yes.
But low is low, man. Anyway, let's give him time, 100 days, and then we'll see how he's performing. If not, we'll make noise. If he's working, then we can just wait on time. And Kiir can always do his thing. But I believe like these people are buddies. He cannot do Makuei dirty like he does with these small boys and girls.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to like the video, comment, share with your friends. And if you have not subscribed, this is your green light to do so. We are on our road to 4,000 subscribers.
Yes.